What up? Back for another video. We got the big man with us today. We'll see him in a minute. So yeah, hitting chest today. Little catch up. I mean, it hasn't even been that long since the last video really, but we're in the health phase now. Part of the health phase, not a lot of bodybuilders actually know this, okay? But when you're in a self-proclaimed health phase, you actually need to go get your health checked and do things to improve your health before your next cycle. So obviously, you know, we're down to TRT dosages. Not that I'm not taking any more health supplements than I would normally take, just putting more of an emphasis on, you know, getting them in to make sure that when I do get my blood work done next, which will be before I start contest prep, that everything is good. Today, went for an echocardiogram, which is essentially ultrasound of your heart. So you're kind of sitting there for half an hour. They're kind of going there with the ultrasound thing, taking all kinds of like short videos essentially. That's gonna go to my doctor on Monday, so I get some feedback on just my heart, like how that's looking, because it's been a long off season for me, and I've been over 330 pounds, 340 pounds for like a year. So I figured get that checked out before we get into prep and hit it really hard. On the plus side, I take my blood pressure on the regular, and it's always like pretty good. Like the highest it's been recently when I was on cycle, really pushing food, was like 135 over 80, or 135 over like 75. But the doctor checked my blood pressure today at my appointment, and it was 117 over 73, which is like the lowest it's been for me for a while. So it's gonna be really nice if I can keep that there during my health phase, obviously for many reasons, kidney health being the biggest one. So yeah, that was great today. Looking forward to checking that out, or when I get the results back. You know, just to know that everything's good and I can kind of push myself in prep and not have to worry about something like really bad happening, of course, right? So other than that, guys, right now the goal is to hold size. My peak off season, which I held for a bit, was 340. I'm in like between 330, 335 now most mornings. So if I can hold this until we start prep first week of February, that's what we're gonna try to do. And then we'll be getting ready to smash a few shows. So I'll just tell you guys now, our first show will be Chicago Pro, which is like mid-July, July 17th, I think. Second show will be Vancouver Pro, which will be end of July, second last weekend in July maybe. And then we'll just go from there. There's a couple other shows after that I'm thinking about, but we're gonna see how those two go and go from there. Right now, we are just warming up our shoulders before we get into chest. This shoulder is still a little wonky on me. I know the last chest day I did, I was telling you guys about that. So still kind of working around that. It's definitely improving. Able to train hard, just gotta go a bit lighter, kind of focus more on my muscle connection, good form and stuff, as opposed to just like pushing heavy weight. So that'll probably be the same thing today. Yeah, we're gonna do some of these. So I get a lot of people on these, especially my clients that have shoulder issues. Like if you have, you know, any type of thing going on with like when you're pressing or, you know, doing chest or shoulders, push movements, doing these external and internal rotations can help a lot. So just really lightweight, do some of those. Then I'll usually kind of like do one arm and then go to the other arm. So I'll do the external and then I'll come around here, put a little bit more weight on and do the internal like this, right? So really important, just keep your elbow tucked, keep your elbow on your body. Like you don't want to be like coming out like this. I see some people do these like so terribly, but just keep it tight. Try to have the biggest range of motion you can while still keeping your form good. And doing these is just a good way to warm up the shoulder girdle and things like that before you get into your workout. Me and Justin are gonna be doing these and then get into it. This is Justin Savoie, another massive bodybuilder from Canada. He just moved here from Quebec. So another pro comes to Burlington to join the coalition. Justin's like, I mean, 330 right now, probably, yeah. 330, yeah. And this guy you turned pro last year, 2023?
Year and a half.
Year and a half, yeah, Vancouver Pro. And ever since he's just been packing on the size, so you don't know if you're competing this year, right? Are you still on the fence?
We'll probably be on stage at the same time.
Yeah, oh, well, he wants to get on stage with me, making a big mistake, but whatever. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna get into it and we'll let you know what we're doing as we figure it out. Oh, did you see the Arnold lineup? The Arnold lineup?
Yeah, I saw it.
Whew. The Arnold lineup is looking crazy, guys. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's going to be a stacked one this year.
Derek's doing it too, eh?
Derek's doing it. Andrew's doing it. Samson's doing it. Carlos Thomas Jr. is doing it. That guy could just come out of nowhere and smash. He's got a crazy physique. No Canadians, though, which is tough. This would have been a good one. Regan should have jumped into this one.
Yeah.
This would have been a good year to have Regan represent us. Regan, what are you doing? What are you doing, Regan? Regan's waiting until the New York Pro. Guys, just keep in mind this workout. If you notice Justin lifting heavier than me on anything, it's only because he doesn't have as good of a mind-muscle connection as I do.
See how this works? They're already making excuses. Their workout didn't start.
So he needs to make up for the lack of technique with weight. So it's all right though. He'll learn. He's up and coming still. What a contraction. It's actually, I mean, it kind of goes without saying, right? But like really focusing on your set, like focus on my muscle connection can make such a difference, because I can easily do that and just like get the way from point A to point B and not really feel much. Or I can like really focus my mind, feel the muscle stretch, feel the muscle contract really hard at the peak, and you just get so much more out of it. So it pays to stay locked in like on your sets. And I think a part of that too, honestly, you're trying to stay off your phone, like in between sets and stuff like that. I think that distracts people more than they think. So in between sets, just keep your mind focused on the workout. Think about the next set and making it purposeful, and you'll get more jacked if you do that.
And usually what you see, like you see a lot of guys that when they start a contract, example like on the fly like this, the peak contraction will be at the top here, but the contraction starts from the stretch position. So when you're trying to engage the muscle, when you're in this position here, this is where you should start to engage your chest, and then you bring everything in and you just squeeze until you get to that peak contraction. But the contraction starts from the bottom. It doesn't just end when you finish the
like as opposed to like just trying to get here and then squeeze.
Right.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So it's not just point A to point B, it's all that journey from that A to B.
I think a lot of guys just don't want to like drop the weight at all to do that. Like sometimes you need to like do less weight in order to like really feel the tension throughout the whole range of motion. And sometimes people's egos get in their way in bodybuilding, right? But in bodybuilding, like just bodybuilding is different than weightlifting. Like, you know, don't think about just moving the weight from point A to point B, right? Think about bodybuilding is what happens in between point A and point B, which is exactly what you just said, right?
And even for myself, like that's how I changed my connection from what I was doing before, and I saw that my chest wasn't growing. It's just that I just slowed down the movement from the way up as well, not just from when I'm releasing the contraction. So while I'm going up, even if I'm doing it here, you can see like once I'm in this position here, where I'm stretched, this is where I'm engaging my chest. And then I bring it in.
Requires a lot of focus. You gotta stay locked in the whole set. Come on. Let me know when. Nice. What's up, bro? Come on. Come on now. Nice job. Yeah, guys, so this is probably my favorite like pressing movement in the gym now. You saw in previous videos, especially with Antoine, use this as a fly, which is still good, obviously, but the reason why I started with the pec deck now as opposed to this as a fly is because I want to use this for a press. I started doing this because of my shoulder issue, because I can do this press pain-free, so it kind of helped me get a heavy pressing movement in with no pain, and then pre-exhaust me for like the incline press and decline press that we have to do later. But this, like the freeness of the cables, really allows you to like really stretch the chest, push forward, get a really good contraction.
So much one workout,
Yeah.
you know, so I can actually like focus on more, let's say one part that I want more on one day and then focus more on another, because there's so many variation of movements, you know. So
yeah, I do the same thing with my back training. Like every second week I train back twice, and I'll do like a upper back day and then like a lat day, but there's like so much equipment, it's like I can easily do that, right? Okay, working set, I think.
How about that?
I'm okay. Yeah. Ooh. I can go heavier. Classic me.
How much?
Doing too light. You go. I'll.
You don't want to do this, or?
Huh?
You don't want to do the set?
No. I'll just count that as like a warm up, like a feeder set. There you go. Nice. All right, I can jump right back into this. I don't really need much of a break. Watch now, I get like 5 reps. Okay, yeah.
Go. Good shot.
Fuck. This one's a little bit hard to get into, but it's good. Isolates the shit out of the upper chest. This is like a super incline, so you guys will see, but it's really like trying to build that like upper chest shelf, like right beneath your clavicle. I found this one, it's like you're going, it's like you're at 5, it's easy, and then you get to 6, you're like, fuck. gets hard so fast. All right, guys, so setting up for a drop set on this one. So because I have to go lighter on this movement because my shoulder, I'm gonna do a drop set. So because of the weight I'm using, 3 plates and a 25, if I had it set up like 3 plates and a 25, taking a 25 off is not gonna do shit to help me get any more reps. So we do 2 plates, a 25, then the third 45. So that way I'll go to failure on this, take a 45 of each side, do the second like part of the set. Okay. Okay. Whew. Yeah, that works. I think I got like 12 or 13, which is the total reps I was going for there. That first set cooked me where he helped me with those couple of forced reps. But yeah, felt good. Drive it. There you go. Fucking huge chest. Come on. Come on. Push it. One more. All right, you're good. Come on now. Let's go. Yep. Very nice, very nice. Cable crossover. So moving on to lower chest. So we'll hit this and then a decline, but I think just like we do a fly to kind of pre-exhaust our upper chest before we do a press for the upper chest, I like to do a cable crossover to pre-exhaust the pec minor before we get into a decline. I think these should be a staple. To me, if you don't do these, you're really not isolating the pec minor at all. And that's gonna be like the side of your chest, the lower part of your chest. So, because what you see in a lot of guys, right? A lot of guys have big upper chests, right? Because all the incline and flat pressing shit, which is good when you're doing like your most muscular and your lat spreads and stuff, right? But you see so many guys when they do a front double bicep, they have no lower chest and their chest just disappears. You just see like the little lines there. Some of the best bodybuilders in the world they'll do their front double and it's like they still have a chest hang there, which is what we're all going after. So I think if that's your goal, this is a good one to have in the mix, you know? Like this is not a cable crossover. This is just more upper chest essentially, right? So if you want to really hit your lower chest, get like your wrist, elbow, shoulder in line with the cable. So I'm standing back here, right? I'm gonna kind of position myself here to lean over it a little bit. So then I'm coming up here, so I'm stretching everything here, right? That's the pec minor. So because of the angle of my body, that's what's being targeted. And then you come down and then you squeeze the side of your chest, right? Same thing here. So we let our elbows bend as we come up to stretch the chest. And then as I'm going down, I'm thinking about pushing my elbows together and squeezing my chest. And like just doing that, it's a crazy contraction. So come on, big fella. Squeeze those titties. Come on. Good set.
Also a good way, like he was saying, you're trying to drive your elbows together. For people that have a trouble connecting when you're holding on to something, you could just wrap your wrists with those those cable things, the cuffs that the girls use for the, and you just attach them to the, obviously you're gonna have to get someone to get you out of them, but essentially you're not holding on to the handle, you're just bringing everything together. And if you notice, when I take the handles, I actually open up my palms a little bit just so that I really focus on bringing the elbows together and not trying to bring my fists together when I'm doing the crossover.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. That's pretty funny though. Like if you do the cuffs, you could get stuck.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to train with someone.
If you go to failure, you're just like, Jesus Christ there, like, help. Yeah.
It sounds like a good idea until you're stuck there and then no one's helping you.
Something interesting today that I'm just now noticing. So I forgot my Jack Factory carb powder today. Usually I always bring it to the gym. So instead for intra-workout, I just did a third scoop I should say, of Pump Surge Max. And this is probably like the first workout in a while that I still have my pump towards the end of the workout, because that's one thing I find in a health phase. The pumps kind of taper off earlier in the workout, which makes sense, right? Because you're not storing as much glycogen when you're not on PEDs and all that stuff. But, so I guess what I'm saying is if you're someone who's struggling with a pump or keeping your pump in your workout, add an extra scoop of non-stim pre-workout, either to your carb powder, or if you don't have carb powder, just have the pre-workout by itself. Drink it throughout your workout. It's gonna help you sustain better pumps, which is gonna equal better growth, right? So, little tip. And yeah, code Big Mo at Jack Factory if you want to save a few bucks. All right, we're finishing chest off with the decline. We have a few nice declines here, but I like this Atlantis one right now. It's just the one that hurts me the least. But yeah, again, right, because we said we kind of warmed up the pec minor with the cable crossover. Now we're going a little bit heavier on this to really just annihilate the chest. For me. Come on. Let's go.
I know what you guys are thinking. It's so impressive how Justin is so much bigger than Morgan, but he's trying. He really
They're not
is.
blind.
He's trying, but.
Did you say stronger or bigger?
Both?
Strong. Neither. Morgan's a little injured, and Justin's been on trend for 20 weeks straight, and I'm on TRT, so. Up the side delts, I'm constantly working on getting my shoulders rounder and fuller. So we'll do this, and then we'll do some biceps. I've definitely talked about this before, but I really like to strap these because for me, like whenever I have to grip anything really hard, it kind of takes my focus off like what I'm trying to do. So when I use the straps for these and I get going, I'm really just like have my fingers on like the leather part here just to keep me like myself strapped in. And that way I can keep all the tension on the wrist and activate more side delt. Just feels better for me, so something to try. Woohoo. That's a chest workout for you, plus some delts, plus a bonus bicep tricep. That was Justin's idea. But yeah, good workout, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you liked it, and see you later.